Today I want to talk about awareness. And usually what happened to nearly every human being is that we get caught in the stream of thinking. You know, we get caught in the stream of thinking. It's like a cage, you know, like a prison. And if you live in that stage of thinking, you are feeding your thoughts to your ego. Your ego is creating out of this your personal identity. That means you know who you are. You think you know who you are. This is the normal stage where I would say nearly every human being reaches and sometimes stays there for the whole life, yeah, and dies in that stage. Yeah. So, and if you live in that stage, then you experience usually insecurity and suffering, yeah, because this is the life of duality which plays, and you always have to absorb it and to understand it with your capacity of thinking. Yeah. So you see something, you see it as a problem, you try to figure it out, you try to find a solution to solve the problem, whatever it is. Yeah. So, and you're creating a reaction to it, to an action. So, and this is your state the whole day. You are in this state of action and reaction. You're thinking. Yeah. And this stage you can have on a personal level. Only you. You have your own identity. You know who you are. Yeah. And then you live that what you think, what you are. Yeah? You live in that direction and you live with that capacity. Yeah? So, and usually when you developed a strong ego, you have usually enemies. Yeah? On the personal level, it can be the neighbor, can be somebody who thinks differently as you, because it's not. You cannot go over that because it needs, your ego needs that to also lift you up. And sometimes this ego, this identity is lifting up more if this comes in a collective mode. When you join a group of people who have the same ego energy also as you, then your ego getting even more lifted up, so you feel more stronger, and you start to dedicate yourself sometimes to this kind of groups and organizations, or it can be a political group or even a religious group. There's many examples, and you living in the end. Your first fight, as a comparable small personal ego, is growing up to a bigger collective ego. Yeah. And the bigger collective ego is working the same way as the smaller ego, but with more force, because there's more energy, united. And this is just to remind you in the stage, where I was in, and where most of the people, I would say everybody, has to go through that stage. Yeah. So, and if you do not find a way out of that prison, you are bound to that destiny to go through your life of suffering and duality and insecurity and fear of death, fear of the end. And you always think about the future. And if there's nothing to think about the future, you have to think about the past. And you have to make something up, and always thinking. Yeah. So, and you're missing a very important point in your life, and this is the vertical dimension of that what you are. The vertical dimension of that what you are. It's important to understand, because then you can maybe, even this can be in certain point intellectually is understandable. You can say, okay, I'm in a prison, thoughts, you can make something up, and you will make something up. Because the ego is already watching now, It's already watching. Now, what's getting close now? What can I do? I think I have to start making something up, So it will be gentle in the beginning, You think about, okay, there might be times when I do not think so much, and then everything is good. And what should I do if I cannot think? There will be something which comes up and which brings resistance. It brings resistance. Resistance, because the ego in general is afraid about awareness. It's afraid about awareness. You maybe not consciously feel that, maybe it's just coming with something, because it knows exactly how to find the right argument for you, with all your weakness you have in you, because the ego knows about it, knows everything of you, and can make it perfect for you. And find a reason why not to look deeper, not to look deeper. And to find the awareness, to find it, it's not something you can think about, because this is something which is understandable. If I tell you that no thought ever can bring you awareness, then you know what not to look for, because a thought cannot be it, because a thought can be seen from the awareness. And this is something which helped me a lot, just to be quiet and to watch. So and when you refuse in some way to identify with your thought, then you already take a step out of this thought prison, and you can maybe already feel it. And when you start to look at your thoughts, that there is not so much pressure anymore. It's more peaceful, because you're not caught in the thought. You get much more space, much more space, where the thought is playing in the space. It's there, but there's more room. So, and the thought cannot get you on a physical level so hard that you have to identify and you have to react again. So you see your thinking, you see it. And in that moment, when this happened, this out of silence, out of looking, just looking, then you will feel some sort of resistance again, because it's like your ego immediately realizes the danger where it is in right now, because if the ego is seen, it is actually, it's weakening. It's weakening. It can feel that. Its ego is fighting for the existence, and you are still not get entangled with the thought, with the ego, with everything what comes up, the resistance, the fear, which try to manipulate you again and to bring you back in the thought prison. You not do that. You just there. Let this play, and you watch. Don't move. Don't move. And as longer you manage to stay in this state, the state of not identifying with what you see, what you see. You not identify it. You say, okay, that's there, all right. You know that's you. You know that's you. You know that's your thoughts. You know all that. And you are there still. You're not gone. No. But you just have more space. And then when you stay there for a while, you feel the peace who comes with that. It's a slight relief, you know. You relief. You don't have so much tension anymore. You know that you are more than just this prison of thinking. You know it, and this is a big difference. Of imagine it or know it, because what you know, you don't have to believe. It's there. You experienced it. You know it. So when you know that you can be aware of yourself, of your limited self that you are right now maybe, then you already expand in the space of seeing, you know, in the space of seeing. You're getting wider. So and this is the power of awareness, which is always there. It's always there. You always can be aware. Always. It's not easy sometimes because the mind is very active, you know, the thoughts, they are running, and the doubts are coming, you know, and I have to do something now, I have to go somewhere, I have to another thing to do now, because I cannot sit here and watch, you know, I cannot sit here and watch, you know. If you can feel that resistance and you know already that there is the ego already again. The thoughts are coming again already. They try to hold you back from doing nothing, you know, to just let them play and watch them because they know it's dangerous. It's very dangerous, you know. And it's quite it's different for people, you know. Some people they have already they have gift. They have the gift to see already, yeah. And for them it's easier to look. And some people, the crust is pretty thick, you know, to go through, to find out the way of thinking, you know. Depends how much identity you already put on in your life, how much you are already and what you think what you are, how much, you know. And this is the power of awareness. You have to be aware that you're more as you think. And watch your ego. Don't fight it. Don't fight. There is no fight. And that what you see, that getting weaker, it vanishes, it goes. We all have to be aware of that, we all. And then there is peace. There is peace. And there is a lot of energy, a lot of joy, a lot of love. Pure, absolutely pure, not disturbed by anything. And this is the energy which will flow into you then, when you break up the shelf. And then you are free.